And we're back with another episode of Let's Play Phantasy Star. I'm your host, the RPG Guy, and we're off. As we need to get us some transportation at some point. That's not just what we've got, but in order for us to do that, we've got to knock out a few things before such things can be done. So we need to make our way kind of southwest-ish of Yuzo without being hit by freaking darts. Would be nice. Whatever, we're fine. We'll walk it off. Alright, so here we go. Here's where we want to be. And you'll know you're in the right place because you'll see a little lake here. Alright, let's go inside. As we reach an interesting little dungeon, nothing major, but at least annoying enough that it'd be hard for you to forget it. We now have to fight the tarantulas. Alright, let's keep moving here. And around. Oh boy. Alright, let's keep moving here. Enter on through. There's a little short little floor here. And now we're, I believe, in the big room. Yeah. And we've got some stuff we gotta kind of tackle here. So it's not going to be fun, I assure you. Alright, here we go. Going in. For Scorpius. Not too worried about these guys. Not really. Because the battle is won! Alright, so, with that said, let's go ahead and... we have to head this way, and then I want to say there's a chest down here. I want to say there is one. I could be wrong, though. It could be a dead end. Alright, let's keep moving. Okay, so there is a chest here. Okay, money. Yeah, it's probably better than a swift kick to the nuts, I guess. Go ahead and murder. Alright, let's keep moving here. We're gonna take this all the way to the end. The only reason I remember that is because there was a chest there, it means that going this way will get us to another chest. With Moonies. Alright, so we've done that. We've got something else we gotta do. Thing I'm kind of dreading the most here, and yeah, just a mild dread, nothing major, but enough dread that I'm concerned about it. How are we doing on health? 182. I need to burn through that. What about Noah? Feeling some of our characters are not at full health. I don't know why. No, I know why. I'm just double checking. Yeah, probably Noah's the only one that could use a little heal. Let me see here. Not really. Okay, we'll just have to make do. I thought we had more health for some reason. What happens when you take a few days off to get, your day job stuff done. Alright, here we go. So this is a boss. He's pretty nasty. So let's hit him with the strongest stuff we've got, which I would say is magic-based. Trying to defend ourselves from his attacks is just ridiculously dumb. So, again, we're better off just trying to dish out the damage. Efficiently as we can. As you can see, the magic's working great. Especially Noah. Noah's not taking any shit from this guy. Fire. We'll have Y'all cure Noah. Attack and then wind. We should be able to maybe knock him out this round. Possibly. Nope, not quite. And then heal Odin. Ooh, almost out of magic. There we go. And Noah leveled, yay! Guess I want to open it. There's some money. And the Amber Eye, which is what we really came over here for. Don't worry, it'll get used in due course. Alright, so now we need to make our way kind of back to the first little hallway in this area where we entered. And that'll get us out of here. For the most part. So, we'll do that now. Because in order for us to actually leave here, we gotta do this. Left, and then this should be the original hallway, I believe. Yeah, there's the door. And there should be, yeah. We're in the right place. Woo! Alright, on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. They make our way through here. Oh, scorpion. Kill it like the rest. Okay, good. Now an explosion. An explosion? What kind of explosion? Explosion of savings! Creek and Renfro Creek, quake ghouls come out for a singing wake, happy haunts materialize and begin to harmonize. Grim Grinigos come out to socialize. We can't just beat down with the old 1-2. Indeed. So, out we go. Oh, not quite. If you keep, it's a straightforward path getting out of here now that we've beaten the blue dragon and kind of gotten away from there. So it's not like this is overly complicated of a dungeon. It really isn't. It's just that one little area on like the 3rd floor that you gotta kind of negotiate. And once you've negotiated it and you make your way back, you're pretty much good. So. Keep moving. I know I'm showing the battles, I just don't feel like we've gotten to a big group yet that we can't kill in a round or two. You know, whereas like in the overworld we fight them in like groups of 5 and 6. 4 and 6, rather. 4 and 5. Those I would graciously skip over because those are long battles. Those are much longer battles. Alright, so we've made it to a town. Yay! Hey, 90, 90, 90, hey, 90, 90, 90, hey, 90, 90, and a ho, ho, ho. So, we could buy the Land Rover for 5,200 Mercedes. It's Mercedes. It's Mercedes! Alright, yeah, we're not buying that. There's a reason you don't need to buy that. So, that vehicle, okay, has the ability to drive over the, like the sandworms and stuff. And that's great and all, but there is an area that they're blocking your way, but we're going to get a better vehicle that will surpass the need for that. So it's kind of like, makes me think of they didn't think that through enough, because it's a lot of money to just drop, you know. So we're not gonna partake in that nonsense. I forget which house it is, but there are legends of a mystic shield in a village surrounded in mist. It is the shield Perseus used in days to conquer magic beasts. Interesting. Have you heard of a vehicle called the Hovercraft? No. It's a good thing to have. It moves across water. So that's what we needed to do. We needed to talk because that's the vehicle we're more interested in. The Hovercraft. There is a poison gas above the sea to the west. No one can go near there without some protection. And so we learn a few things about where we kind of need to go. They don't tell us that much, in all fairness, but that was the big thing. Now, with that information, we need to, hold on, I didn't mean to talk to him again. Let me see here, can we... Yes. I bought it in Scion on Palma, but it seemed broken, so I abandoned it in Bortivo. It probably can still be used, though. Okay, so that was the information we needed to gather. So knowing what we now know is that it's on Parma, okay? Specifically, it is at that ruined town where the lava was. Do you guys remember outside of Gothic where we went around that coast to the destroyed city? That's where we found the robot that would fly your spaceship. Yeah, we now have to trek all the way there. And because we're pretty much broke, I'm going to be taking the long way back. Which means we're going to walk, we have to walk through the cave again. The Casbah cave, where we just came from. Luckily, it's a straight arrow because we don't need to go into the maze-like section of the dungeon. So it's really straight arrow. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make our way back to Parma through via Gothic. And then that should get us all the way to the ruined town. I'm not going to make you guys sit through all of that. So we'll be right back. Alright, we made it all the way back. So here we are in the ruined town of ruinedness. And there's the Hovercraft. Yay! That was easy. Alright, now we can leave the town. So yeah, this game does have you wandering around a little bit. Let's not have a lot of places to visit. Let's just make you go to them multiple times to find stuff. Which I guess I'm okay with. Okay, so, alright. So what we need to do now that we have the Hovercraft, we need to go to the beach. Alright. Whoop. I'm facing the wrong way, but hold on. I believe you actually have to... No, never mind. It forces you to face the other way anyway. Go to item... There we go. Yay! So we're going to take this hovercraft all the way east. I may not want to go south like I am, but I am going south. But we're going to be heading back to the first town in the game. What is it? Summit? I can never remember the names of these towns. Except Yuzo. Maybe, okay, so... There we go. And now we're gonna make our way back to the opening town. I'll show this. I don't think you guys see me fight this thing, so... Which is just the mermen from the other side of the map. Again, a very strong enemy if you're in the starting area, so not an enemy you really want to fight. So I'm going to head back to the first town and we're going to heal. We'll get there on foot. Again, that gun being quite useful against the crowd of enemies here. Alright. The enemy crowd. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go in here, and we're going to heal up, because healing is your friend. We're going to want to also make a point to burn through some of our burgers, because we're just blatantly running out of inventory space at this point. And it's mostly because we're carrying quest-related stuff. Stuff we have to have on us, and we can't just get rid of. So that in and of itself is problematic. And there's no way around that. It's just, you gotta deal with it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna head kind of southeast here, to that forest where we use the compass to get to Epi. What do you want to say? And once we get down there, we're gonna get back on the hovercraft and head east. Because we need the means to handle the area that's said that was surrounded in gas. And, you know, just stopping the local populace from eating refried beans is not going to fix or solve this problem in any way. We have to kind of handle it ourselves. And you also want to make sure you have 1,000 Masitas at least. But since we didn't buy the stupid Land Rover, I think we're okay on cash. I'm a little too low. I could be wrong on that, but whatever. Let me just power through this one. So we did this. There we go. Thinking of the merman from earlier, we ran into a battle of, I think, 5 of them or 6 of them. Oh, that fight went on for a while. Alright, Roop. And Roop. We're gonna be fighting some enemies out here. Alright. Here we are. A little town you may not have thought to look for. I mean, if you talk to, again, if you talk to enough people in the area, you get an idea that this is out here. Alright, so let's move. You see, there's not really much in this town, except for this dungeon and one building we can walk into for whoop-de-doo means. And if you move forward, I hear that they sell gas shield here, but I don't know where the shop is. What a mess. Okay, well, that's because you're an idiot. If you go back to the entrance of the dungeon, all you pretty much have to do is follow the right wall. This dungeon's really easy compared to some of the others. You notice we're just following this right wall. Keep following it. Now, if you follow the wall right here, it just leads to a dead end, so keep following it right. You're surprised to see a shop in a place like this. A gas shield is only 1,000 Masitas. Pretty cheap, huh? Yes, we will buy one. Yay! Now we have the luxury of leaving. So what are we gonna do? I don't know, follow the left wall. Not a hard dungeon. I mean, yeah. Most of these dungeons, really, if you use treasure locations as kind of like waypoints, it tends to be pretty easy to navigate any dungeon in any game like this. Whether you're playing this game, Shining in the Darkness, Legend of Grimrock, Stranger of Sword City, any of those types of games tend to be a lot easier when you just sit down and think about where you've been and where you need to go. Now, I will say Stranger of Sword City is easier because they give you a map that you gradually expose, or you can gradually see. And I think Grimrock's the same way to a degree. So it makes it a little easier. Oh, excuse me. It makes it a little easier. So now we need to return all the way back to Gothic in order for us to get back to Uzo. So I'm going to meet you guys there. Alright, we're at Uzo again, back on the continent of the planet of Motavia here. So let's go ahead and leave the town of Uzo. Now what we gotta do is we got a little bit of a trek we gotta make west. Until we reach a large body west and slightly north. We're actually gonna follow this I'll show you, it'll be easier to show you once we're back on the world map here, but I'll explain what we're doing in a moment. But we're following this antlion trail west, and it'll eventually, if we follow it, it'll eventually lead us to a body of water, and thus, because we have the Hovercraft, we can actually cross the water. Because we've actually, strangely enough, explored most of this planet. Oh no, leveled, nice. So we've just got to make our way, in a sense, that way. And there's going to be a lot of random, as you can see, a lot of random encounters getting there. Mostly stuff we fought with the occasional Motavian enemies showing up once in a while, like the barbarians or the farmers. And it's just a matter of us trying to just kind of plow the road here and get there. Again, one of those easier said than done things. So, yeah. It's gonna take a little bit of time to get over there. Alright, let's keep moving. Get a sandworm. I think this is new, so we'll stick with it. We're getting into some of the stronger enemy types here, too, so that's gonna be a thing. Some of the stronger overworld enemies. Luckily, we're pretty beefed out, and then really, even better, very soon your Odin's going to be a beast. He's going to be like a tank for a little while until the other characters kind of catch up, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. A longer fight because of their sandworms. We need to heal Noah. 60 XP, that's not bad. The most we've ever gotten was like 86 or something from an army of berserkers out here, I would say. Would be the most XP we got in a single sitting. And maybe a boss gave us more, but I don't even recollect that being a thing. Alright, so here's the body of water. Let's go ahead and grab our hovercraft. Crap. And we'll head out. So now we've got to make our way all the way kind of to the northwest. And we're going to know when we get there. Because you'll notice we're going to pass this little center island that we need to take note of. So we actually got to come back here. This is a ammonite. And then you'll notice all this green area here. That's gas, by the way. So the guy wasn't lying when he told us about an area surrounded by gas. But we have the mask, so as you can see, we are, well, pretty well off. But we're also going to be running into some new enemies. And we've got whites here. A stronger version of the pallet swap from earlier. Or this being a pallet swap in and of itself. We gotta fight our way through. No! Get him! Get him! Alright, let's keep moving. Alright, so we make it to this wonderful place. I mean, this dump. Let me think. I'll go here. In the head of this village, because of the cloud of gas, we are cut off from other towns. We are therefore very poor. Will you donate? Yes. Thanks. According to our legends, the very shield Perseus used to overcome Medusa is buried on a small island in the middle of a lake. The more you know. So we actually learned that. Hi, I'm Nikki. Do you like Sega games? Yes. Of course, Sega games are the best. Wow. What a fucking sellout. There's a couple of Sega games that have little plugs like that. Nintendo's guilty of it too in a few places, but it's mostly the creator of the game that's guilty of it, not so much the company. Unless the company forced them to put it in there. Let me think. Let's go and do... And we'll take our hovercraft and go to that island. Without touching the creature in the center. Of course. I believe it's around here somewhere. It's very specific. really quick. Take that shrimp boat. It's one of these tiles. I forget which one. There we go. You found Mirror Shield. We are very quickly and efficiently going to equip that on Odin. See how he's doing now. 126 versus 170. So 126, considering Odin's a lot lower in level, that's actually a pretty good upgrade. For some reason I thought it gave more. But I thought it gave more defense than that. I have questions. Whatever. But it's an upgrade, and we're definitely going to let Odin exploit that, because Odin's not been doing well in the defense department, so it probably wouldn't hurt to get a little stronger. So we're going to return back to the gas place. Gasland. The most magical place in all of Motavia. Welcome to Gasland. We have so many rides and attractions, it will blow your sphincter wide. Oh, that's because we had the laser shield. That's why. Now that I think about it. The real question is that better than the laser shield? I'll leave it on him anyway. Debating in my head. Is that really better than the laser shield? Two things really quick. Let me check this out. 126 versus... $116. No, the mirror shield is better. I mean, it's a requirement item anyway, pretty much, to a degree. So, may as well grab it. It is better than the laser shield, though. Alright, let's disembark. Head back to Sofia. Which I believe is the name of the town. And we're gonna heal up and all that good stuff. First things first, let's go ahead and heal up. Shouldn't be too expensive. Yes, meow. Odin. Alright, and I know this episode might be a little bit on the shorter side, guys, but I think this is a good place to stop, because where we need to go next, this is the big question. We're actually heading to an area south of here, south of Sofia. And this little area south of Sofia is pretty much the last major location on Moltavia, the desert planet. And it's a pretty excessive dungeon, and since I'm trying to keep these episodes on average around 30 to 35 minutes, except one episode I think hit like a little over 40, but I'm trying to keep these on the shorter side for you guys, because I know the longer episodes are kind of rough for you guys to sit through. The one I was doing, like Lunar and Final Fantasy, one of the episodes were like 50 minutes long, and I've had some people comment to me on my Twitch channel and privately that, you know, if you shorten them a little bit, it might be easier to sit through them in one sitting. I'm like, oh, fair enough. So I am going to take that a little bit to heart. So yeah, we'll be a little short at about 20 some odd minutes, 28, almost 30 minutes. But you know, we got a good dungeon coming up. It's our first bigger dungeon in a while, since the dungeon in this episode was rather short. Other than that, it wasn't short. It was just very easy to navigate, the 2 dungeons we did. One of them having enemies in it, and the other one not. So, when we come back, we will have some more Phantasy Star for you. And, yeah, all that good stuff, too. Check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/JackTardStudios. I've been working recently on Persona 5 on the channel. So if you're really into, seeing something a little less retro, you can check that out. I'm trying to think of what to play after this for you guys. I actually pulled out Lunar 2 as a pliable option. So let me know what you guys think. And yeah, we'll be back with more Phantasy Star. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Bye! Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Please take a moment to check out more episodes from the RPG Guy, Tuesday Night Team Up, and more. And please subscribe. Always support the channels you enjoy watching, and while you're at it, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+. Keep on gaming hard. See you next time.